And we're live! Welcome to the MailleWerX Chainmail Livestream. My name is Sean. I run MailleWerX.com, where you can find all your chainmail themed apparel and accessories. Something's going on with my camera here. I was trying to set it up real quick. And he is alive. I am alive. Hi Rick, how you doing? Oh, you know what it is? Okay. I realize what the problem is. Nope, too far. Oh, too close. 11. 10. Just, there we go. Hey Barb, how you doing? Alright. I realized what happened. This is not... Alright. My front-facing camera is not... Oh my gosh. Oh, can't get up. Too fat. Oh, God. Is that... I wanna make sound. Better? There we go. I think that's kind of how it's supposed to go. I don't know. Okay. Alright. How are you guys tonight? What's going on? See, now we can adjust the zoom. That's better. Alright, I do apologize. Okay. How is everyone tonight? What are you guys doing? What's going on? What are you up to? What are you working on? You guys want to see what I did today? So, I'm stupid happy with how this came out. Right? See if we can get a zoom on the overhead camera. Maybe that would help. You guys see that okay? Right? A little leather lacing back here. Not the finest leather lacing, but... So I bought this flask. At like the Idaho County Fair or something many years ago, and it had this like pleather cover to it with this pewter swamp water piece on it, and I never liked the look of the pleather, and I always wanted to take it off and put something else on, and I was playing around with that leather stamp I got last year, and cut this piece to size, stamped it out. It looked pretty good. I hand tooled this recession in, right, for the pewter piece here. And that was like the most technical it got. Otherwise, it was just stamping, and then I antiqued it, right? And everything was going great. It was looking really good. The antiquing was looking really good. But then I went to seal it, and the sealant, the antique goop that you apply was not dry. And so I ended up smearing it all over the place and making a bunch of really uneven, botched areas, which made it look more antique, but at the same time, it darkened it in a lot of areas that I would have preferred it not darken. And then check these out. Alright. This is kind of really what it affected. Can I just lift this straight up? Why can't... There we go. So that's armrest number 1. And armrest number 2. Come on. Oh, what is going on here? camera froze. What's going on with my camera? It is not responding. Camera 1. Throw my connections in. Okay, now zoom out. Uh-oh. Yeah, I'm waving my hand in front of the camera. That's not... What's going on here? All right. My camera froze. If I turn it off, it won't come back up. I don't know what to do. Yeah, but how do I do that without... Let's try that. That's not good. And input is... Okay, I've turned the camera off and then back on. Open the source properties. Uses USB and an external power supply. So I've got the USB to the computer, and then the power supply goes to... There we go. Okay. Yay! That worked. Vom.red, vor.red, something. Anyway, so I'm happy I've got my armrests back to protect me from... I'm really happy with how they came out. Gotta love the YouTube bot, though. Different message. Alright, so we're going to continue on with where is my inlay image so I can figure out what I'm doing here. We can just take all this out. Alright, we're in business. I don't know what happened. I don't know why it did that. Hopefully it never does it again. I won't hold my breath on that though. So yeah. Oh, there was one other thing I was going to show you guys. Do it. Remind me to show you the vest work I did at the end of the stream before I get up, before I leave. Like if I start to say goodbye and you haven't seen the vests, send me a message. Say, show your vests. Because I have run into I have a conundrum on my hands. I'm very glitchy tonight. I wonder why that is. Like it's coming through on Twitch just fine. We'll be on and off tonight. Grandkids have stopped by. Sweet. Grandkids. Yay, grandkids. I'm not quite ready to have my own grandkids yet, but I love my grandparents. So... all my metrics, Barb, all my metrics say that I'm uploading at adequate speeds. I don't know, maybe it was a camera thing screwing things up. Anyway, alright, so. Just got, I filed for unemployment today. So hopefully I'll be getting some money from that. I'm not holding my breath on that. I think that I will have to hire a lawyer. Seems okay now? And maybe it's just a camera. Maybe some screws going on. Like it was a $350 camera, something like $300, something like that. So, like if it dies, fine. I would just hope it would last longer because, you know, we just got it and everything. But you get what you pay for, right? And if I can get a $300 camera to work for me for, you know, a good long time, I don't know. I don't think I'm overusing it or abusing it. You're watching the State of the Union before you start, and if I'm in the little box of your stream, I'm still seeing those posts instead of your stream posts. You're watching State of the Union before I started. I'm not sure what you mean, Rick. Gremlins? Yes, Gremlins for sure. Alright, so yes. Signed up for unemployment today. Don't know if I'll get it. Probably have to hire a lawyer. I can at least consult with a lawyer for free. Right? May not go anywhere. I think it should, personally. But, whatever. I think a lot of things are going to change here in the next month, and we'll see what happens. Then I have my hearing appointment on Friday, and then I may have more VA appointments after that. I don't know. If everything else gets approved and I don't have any more appointments, then I should have some money coming from the VA by the end of this month. So that's going to be anxiety alleviating at least, right? But it would be better if I had both, you know? So we'll see what happens. And then I've just, you know, spent the last 2 days cleaning up some projects on here. If you look at the website, you'll see that a lot of stuff is gone. Taking a lot of things off of there. Some of them will come back, some of them won't. And then once I get that organized... Oh, you know what else I did today? I upgraded the RAM on my computer. So... a design that used to take me like 5 minutes took 40 seconds today. I went from 16 gigs of RAM to 32. Big improvement overall. Very glad I did it. Yeah. And then I had to find a dentist for my kid. He's complaining of tooth pain, but it's like off and on tooth pain. So I don't know what's going on. He needs to see a dentist. It's been a while. Closest one I could find was a town over. The next one after that was up in Milwaukee. And I'm like, yeah, I'm not driving to Milwaukee. So, but the next available for the office closest to us was June 30th. And they put me on a list in case they had a cancellation. Hey Rachel, how you doing? Alright. So I opted to go for, what do you call it? The closer dentist, and wait for, you know, hopefully they'll have an opening sooner than June 30th. And I don't know, they had a number of dentists there, so hopefully something pops up. Come on. Wow. What am I doing? There you go. Apparently caught in controversy in main group tonight. You caught a 30? Like a 30-day ban from Facebook? I've had a 30-day ban from Facebook. Some will likely cancel between now and June. Yeah, I mean, I imagine so. Because people imitate stuff directly and don't, you know, say, hey, this is where I got the idea for this from, or the inspiration from it from. A 30-day ban from the Chainmail group. I didn't know you could get one of those. Interesting. I have never tried to ban anyone from any group I've ever ran. And yeah, I saw a couple of the posts, and once I saw your post, I knew exactly what you were talking about. I mean, it's hard for me to keep track of everyone who makes what and whatnot. But that particular piece is, I mean, it's unique enough you don't confuse it for anybody else's. So, I am sorry you got 30-day ban. In fact, that particular necklace, I don't know if I could even copy that or duplicate it. You were talking about your pizza just in general, but there was, hey, let's get better about it. Yeah, you know, you've seen the bandwagon crap too much and no one giving credit. Yep. It's the polite thing to do. And if, I don't know, if nobody says anything, then I guess people will just continue with bad manners. And I don't know what's going on with the admin of that group. I know he's got some stuff going on with him too, so you're impressed with your replacing rings right now and already worked on inlay? Oh yeah. No, this is how this goes. It's my punishment for not getting it done when I had the opportunity to get it done for the last 10 years. 15 years. Yeah, all the gold's going to be switched out for this yellow and then outlined in black, and then I will continue on with the rest of the inlay. And I think it's a big improvement. right? Like, all this will be outlined in black. Where the gold scroll work crosses over, you know, you'll be able to see clear delineations instead of this mess. So, and it's all started by outlining the letters in black, and I was like, okay, all the rest of this needs to get fixed too, because, you know, if I'm going to put this much effort into a piece to fix it, when I don't know if I can get the same ring sizes, and I don't know if I can get the same colors. I had this yellow on hand. I have enough of it to finish out the inlay. So I don't want to do this. I'd rather be working on other things, but the whole point of me being down here getting this done is to finish all these projects laying around. Yeah, I've got enough of the yellow rings to finish, right? I ran out of the gold rings, and I was like, before, when I worked on this many years ago, I tried, I ordered gold and green from different batches, and so none of it matched, and that took a real toll on my ability to work my way through the process of putting this inlay together. Plus, I'm freehanding it, so I'm not going off any pattern or design. So it became very overwhelming once the color issue cropped up, and I was like, okay, well, I'll just leave this for later. And then later turned into 15 years, and I've been doing this stream for I don't know how long now. I've been doing this stream for 184 episodes, however long that is. What ring size? It's 18 gauge 1/4 inch. And I can get the same ring size, but I don't know if it has... What's up, Gecko Gangster? You just passing? You have to go to bed, but still going to tell you goodnight. Well, thank you for stopping by. Appreciate you saying hi. Come back anytime. So the issue I'm facing now is, does the 18 gauge 1/4 inch from TRL today match what I ordered when I ordered all these rings? Because they changed up how they did their sizing to make their rings more true to mandrel size. And then that has screwed me on a couple of projects so far. So I ordered some test samples, and we're gonna see. You have dragon hatching and a pair of what's up buttercup bearings to do up. Nice. I'm glad to hear you have your motivation back. I have some motivation. And a lot of it is just from forcing myself to come down here and work on this stuff. It's like, okay, I'm working on it. I can see progress. Getting things done. Yeah, so as far as freehanding it goes, this is the image I have to work from. This is a blown up image off of a business card that this is a bar in Louisiana. So working off of that. And then I will never freehand another inlay again, because it's really not the way to go about it. I've ran into too many problems doing it this way. I don't recommend anybody make poor choices like I did. So map out your inlays, know how many rings you need, and order them all together all at once, and you won't have to redo all this stuff like I'm doing now, because I, made poor choices. But yeah. It's gonna look so much better once it's all done and the black is in there. And when I had the silver and the gold touching each other, everything was really washed out, and changing out the colors makes, and adding the black lining makes everything really pop. So someday you'll do a Celtic knot from your logo. Yeah. You know, and I will take a look at that again, because I don't know if you were here earlier when I was saying that I upgraded my RAM on my computer. I will be able to do larger images. I know that was a problem before. I think it was you that asked me about it. Alright, have a good night. Thanks for stopping by. Feel free to come back anytime if you need a dose of chainmail for the next month. Don't let the man put out your fire. No, I mean, it's a touchy subject, and like I'm glad I'm not in either person's place on either side of this, to be honest. Probably you need to rebrand, simpler logo and stuff for a variety of reasons. Alright. Still fiery? Yeah. Yeah. Alright, well. Don't let it stop you from making chainmail. If that person had painted an exact painting that you had done, you know, I don't know why there's not I don't know, poor manners. Poor manners, maybe people don't know, maybe don't know. Oh, come on. Switch this around. You're in the middle of a plate shirt. Have a good night. Keep up the good work. Ow. Yeah, there are, like, you know, I don't mind if someone copies my work. I'm not, no one's gonna copy me, right? No one's gonna make this specific inlay. They want to recreate my. A bunch of people tried to redo the University of Texas logo, and they all ended up doing it slightly different than the way I did it. No one did a direct copy, and I don't. You know, it's not something I particularly am concerned about. You know, and I have said on this stream before, because chainmail is such a difficult thing to have to take credit for, to have credit attributed to you for, the things that I think people should be given credit for. So, you know, someone who comes up and claims that they did the first Byzantine necklace, like, no, you didn't. Tutorials written, you know, like that nonsense, because that happens. Hey Peg, how you doing? If someone went and copied Lisa Ellis's Starry Night without giving credit, okay. I think that you should give credit. If you do. if you're inspired by a piece, right? And then if you directly copy a piece, which I don't know if that was the case in this particular scenario, you should definitely give credit. But, you know, like I said, I think that it's hard for me to keep track of who made what and when and where, and so I just do my best not to imitate people. You didn't hit yourself in the nose tonight? Good job. Hey Kevin, how you doing? You're confused because you know what happened? Are you glad? It's just drama. Someone made a point, and looks like it devolved into a bit of a cluster. So nothing world-ending, but I'm sure people aren't. You know, people talk to each other on the internet different than they would in real life. Right? Social media is not meant for deep interpersonal contact or communication. It's just not. So better 1 week after right knee replacement. Oh, man. Clusters happen on the net all the time. It's the anonymity. Yeah, for real. Okay, I'm going to replace all of these rings, too. It's a good place to stop. We'll just do this row. I think all the rest of those will be black more than likely, so... Anyway. No kidding. FTF is so different, yeah. It's a lot easier to be polite in person where an insult can end up with a fist in the nose. Yep. Well, and I saw the initial post. I didn't see anything else after that because I was occupied beating my family in a game of Catan tonight. So my time was consumed with other things. And it wasn't something I felt I needed to contribute to, or that, you know, that my opinion on the subject was important enough to really matter. A lot of the, I don't know, I think social media is designed to get people to get emotions flared up. So I've seen comment sections where, you know, one person is just bashing the other and the other person's having a discussion, but it's not with the person bashing them in the comment section. It's with everyone who comes after that's going to read it. And I've seen conversations just devolve into, there's clearly no communication. They clearly misunderstood each other, you know. So, and I'm not saying any of that happened, but you know, people write books in their response to another post, and rarely are those novels read. Oh, okay. You say something that's a sarcastic joke, there's no way that comes through on the net? No. Nope. Difficult to translate that. You do the best you can. I try to give everybody the benefit of the doubt. I don't argue with people on the internet anymore. I used to. I accumulated enough internet points and winning, all these comment section battles that I just, as the reigning champion of internet arguers, I retired. So I have far more important things to do with my time than try to convince someone of something. Hydrocodone is a dream maker drug. Your sleep has been like taking a magic carpet ride. I'll bet. Yeah, knee replacement surgery is rough. I was having some knee pain a while back. I do not want to have a knee replacement. My neighbor had both his knees replaced. God. Nope. Not for me. Just cut my legs off right above the knee. I actually met a guy. He was one of my patients back when I was a nurse, or when I worked in nursing. And he had developed some wounds, and he talked to his doctors, and it started with one leg, and then he developed wounds on the other leg, and with both legs, each time he started getting infections in his leg, he had them amputated from the knee down. So he had below knee amputations, because a lot of times when you're diabetic, you have incremental surgeries that cut off more and more parts of your leg, starting at your foot, and it's just this really god-awful process, right? And I saw that he had both legs taken, and he gave me his reasoning, and I was like, I perfectly understand that, and to be frank, I wish more diabetics would do that, because I think their chances of survival would be a lot greater. That's just it. After a while, if you hang out on Facebook long enough, you feel like you're back in grade school. Yeah. Yep. The internet bullies. They're out there. Baloney. Alright. That's not something I miss, baloney. But I tell you what, I would eat a bologna sandwich if my grandma made it, because my grandma made the best food in the world my whole life, till I met Renee, and it's a toss-up now, but man, when I went home to go see my dad in January, I got to eat some of my grandma's cooking, and it was amazing. Your bologna has a first name, it's Leggy. Your bologna has a first name. Okay, bologna amputations. Bologna, yes, I'm following now. Okay, so here's what happened. Amputations was covered up, and it wasn't until someone else commented that I saw the amputations part of that. Sing it? What am I singing? I thought it was an odd comment, just baloney, random, lunch meat, baloney. Like, I don't know what's going on, but my grandma makes really good bologna sandwiches. That's this job, right? That's the most epic autocorrect, yeah. Sitting on this side, trying to get context from all of your guys' comments, and I'll be honest, I don't always follow with what you're saying, but I do as good a job as I can with my limited capacity. Your baloney has a first name, the Oscar Mayer jingle. Yeah, no, the Oscar Mayer jingle. I got nothing. Trying to think of the Oscar Mayer jingle. All I can think of is the I wish I was an Oscar Mayer wiener. I'm doing good. Okay. Thank you for your compassionate understanding. Okay. I think I'm just gonna start on this next. What are we at? What kind of time are we looking at? This is gonna take some black to like outline all the different gold scroll work in here. It's not even worth it for me to touch it, you know? I think you're good. You think Peg's Goofy is awesome? Yeah. I think Peg's Goofy is awesome too. Oh, come here. Found the gravity. Alright, Barb, have a good night. I love you too. We will see you later. One of the things, you know, you ever tell your friends you love them, you normalize it, right? Make it weird. My buddy Luke and I tell each other that we love her, that we love each other. He's a high school buddy of mine, longtime friend, good dude. Gave me a call the other day, said he's moving back to Boise. That was the message. That was it. Right, he called me up. Said, I'm moving back to Boise. That's all I got. I called him up, talked to him. I don't remember. He had a change in position, I think. So. It was surreal going back home in January. I haven't been there in a few years, and there is so much development going on in the Boise area. It's a bit ridiculous. I wish that I was closer to my grandma and my dad and my sister who live out there, but that's not in the cards, especially with mortgage prices the way they are right now. So I'm not going to be moving anytime soon. And even, it's like, when you're in a good house and your kid's in school and everything, like, it's not time for me to move yet, you know? So, stay here. Continue to improve my house to the way I want it. Because if I tried to move now, I wouldn't be able to purchase the size of house I have now for what, you know, houses are currently going for. What houses this size are currently going for. I've found, well, I have a dining room and a front living room that I don't really use except on rare occasions like holidays and stuff, right? It's useful to have those, but not necessary. I could live without them. I've got an extra bedroom I don't really use. But as far as the rest of the size of the rest of the house, it gets used. Kids' toy room, kitchen, dining area in the kitchen. All that stuff, you know, I mean, it's gonna be hard to ever downgrade. And I don't know if I will. Like, if I end up retiring here, this place would have to get a lot better in order for me to want to retire here. Right? Maybe that'll happen. We'll see what happens. I'm not gonna hold my breath, but say it does happen, I do retire here. What I'm gonna do is I'm just gonna install those, chairs that go up and down the stairs like 10 years early. An extra bedroom, can we adopt you? That maybe, I don't know. I thought about Airbnb-ing out my basement, but I have too much stuff down here. I don't really want other people in my house, you know, they're just stopping over for the weekend. Maybe that's what my neighbors do, right? Like, they have people coming and going all the time, and they have a large house. It's not bigger than mine, right? But there's always someone, I wonder, like, I see some of the same people there throughout the week, and then I just see just random people all the time. I bet that's what they're doing. I don't ever see any luggage though that would indicate that that's what's going on. So I don't know. I'm gonna pay attention. Come on. Yeah. One of the things I can't believe, speaking of retiring here, right? Like, one of the things I can't believe is that I don't have employment right now. You know? I haven't had a job since, God, I don't know when. I've had multiple jobs. But I have not had a job for the length of time I'm planning on not having a job in, like, ever. Not even when I got out of the military. Like, I got out of the military and went right to work at the same place I worked at while I was in the military. Which, in hindsight, I shouldn't have done that. It was not beneficial to me to stay at the same hospital I was working at. I should have gotten out of my comfort zone, and then I think my nursing career would have been a bit different, right? Like, it might still have ended with the COVID shots. It might still have ended with that. But had I left BAMC, Brooke Army Medical Center, where I was working, I'd gotten a lot of experience there, but not It was limited to BAMC. And it's a different world than a regular civilian hospital. You know, and I think it would have been beneficial had I gone and done that, but I did not. So, not that I would have been a better nurse or anything, I just would have been a different nurse. So, I really liked my last job though. Home health is, it can be a bit sketchy, but I always had a really good time doing it. So, but, you know, now I am moving on to bigger and better things. I did see someone snagged up my idea, right? Etsy raised their rates to 6.5% of your sale, plus your processing fee, right? When you make a sale, you have to pay the credit card processor. It's like 2.3%. I don't know what Etsy's is off the top of my head. Okay, it's not insignificant, but you can live with it. But when Etsy charges you to list an item and then charges more when you sell that item, and it went from being handmade only to anyone and their mother could sell stuff there. Oh no, my boy! I gotta figure out the placement of these armrests, because where I had them, I'll keep adjusting them. Like this one's not over far enough. That's better. Okay. So it's 2.3% plus a listing fee plus a 6.5% charge of what you sell. So that's essentially 10% of your sale price goes to Etsy and the payment processor. Okay? After they've already charged you to list the item. And so I said to myself, it would be a really good idea to start up a Etsy competitor, right? Because when Etsy went public, that's when all their problems started. They have shareholders to answer to. They did a number of things that the Etsy community was not happy with. I have listed stuff on there before, and just the listing process, like it's only good for 4 months. I felt like I didn't really have time to get Etsy figured out, and then everything was delisted, and I didn't have it set to automatically relist. That would have cost me more money. And then I was losing 6.5%, or I was losing 5.5% to Etsy after paying the listing price. Anyway, so I was like, if I ever get the opportunity to create a competitor for Etsy, I will do that, right? And then I saw an advertisement for somebody that is already doing that, and I was like, dang it, someone's smart as me. Well, smarter than me because they did it and they figured it out, right? Like I should have just sold everything, gone to a web developer and say, copy Etsy for me, except call it, I don't know what yet, right? So somebody else is already doing it. It's a brilliant idea, but I'm not going to be able to take advantage of that. Because first, before there was Etsy, there was eBay. And then, was there anything before eBay? Really? And eBay was, you know, sell the stuff in your junk drawer or stuff you make, right? But now they allow you to sell anything on there. So a lot of people who make handcraft items moved from eBay to Etsy. And Etsy was, you know, the young challenger to eBay, if I remember the handmade craft wars correctly. Handmade craft store wars. I don't have any water down here. What is going on? Anyway, alright, let's do a little bit of this. That will probably, I think I looked at that, and that's gonna be, yeah, gonna be yellow. As these fees are starting to get a bit irritating, we think of jumping to a different platform. Well, there is one available. If I see an advertisement for it again, I will let you know. I have no financial interest in this new and up-and-coming platform. I don't know anything about them, but I am very interested to see how it plays out, because I think that there should be a place specific for people who make stuff by hand, right? Because you lose out to the people who mass produce stuff. You get lost in the weeds, you know, because you're a small producer. It's like, I don't want to join a marketplace that's full of all these mass-produced items if I only have like 1 or 2 items that I sell, you know. I don't want that competition. I think it's smarter, you know, if someone, maybe this is the ticket, okay? Maybe I go and I redo Etsy and I create sections, okay? It's like, here's the section if you have it listed on eBay and Amazon and Etsy already, right? And then here's a section that's handmade only. And instead of having like, you have to filter for handmade, right? Like, you have to, the front page would be, do you want, you know, I wouldn't call it mass-produced stuff, but do you want, you know, mass-produced stuff or handmade? And that would be your first choice on going in, right? Maybe that's the way to break it down. That way, you have essentially 2 markets, one for people who make handmade stuff, and you keep all that separate from the mass-produced stuff. Maybe I should sell everything and find a web developer that can build me Etsy and do that. I don't know. Does that make sense? Am I making sense, or am I just rambling non-coherently? Right? Because some people want just handmade stuff. They want to go to a market, like your corner market or your weekend market, right, and find handmade stuff. They don't want to go there to buy mass-produced stuff from, you know, insert country of your choice here. And you can duplicate that online and duplicate that feel. So, and another problem I have with Etsy's fees. You know, I understand inflation increases over time, right? The cost of everything. Okay? But I can't imagine, short of keeping their stockholders happy so that Etsy can claim an earning in their earnings report, I don't see why they would adjust their fees even higher, right? Like, what was the decision behind that? It doesn't make sense to me, because you're just going to piss a lot of people off. Okay? You raise the fees too high, everybody leaves for another platform. You have to incentivize your creators to stay on your platform. They're not the only game in town as it is, right? Most people don't list their stuff on Amazon, eBay, and Etsy. So, Oh, you know, that reminds me. I need to write this down real quick. I've got to sell something. I need to figure out if I'm going to sell it or make another computer. Which, at the cost of GPUs right now, it's probably best to sell it, but anyway, it's not important. I just, you know, we're talking about selling stuff, and I've got something I need to sell, so. Because it's just sitting in my basement and not being used up. You know what, I should sell it anyway, because it's not even the... It's a motherboard for a computer server, right? And it's, you know, far more expensive than your regular motherboard. So I need to get rid of it. I need to change it out for something else. I bought it for something and I'm not even using it. I need to sell it. It's taking up space and, you know, I don't have a job, so. Alrighty. And then I can make a computer out of, with a different motherboard that's 20% of the price. If I need to make another one, I might, just for fun. I'd like to build out my own desktop, but considering that I just put a whole bunch more RAM into this laptop, and I have all these accessories now, filling up my desk, I don't know if I have room for a desktop. I guess I could put it on the computer table, or mount it to the wall, or put it on the shelf above. Huh. Anyway, pipe dreaming here because I don't have the money for that and won't for some time. I think I will stick with my my 32 gigs of RAM that I bought for this laptop. And considering that I started on a laptop that had 4 gigs of RAM, this laptop was a huge improvement, and hopefully the RAM increase will make that even better. So, yeah, so 1 brilliant idea. I will take a look at this other platform too, and if I think that I can make a better one, I might just do that. Or have a better one made, because I can't do it. Because if there was ever a time for a new platform, right, it'd be right now. So. Most of the stuff on, if you can find it on Amazon, you can find it on eBay, you can find it on Mercari, you can find it on, you know, all your big marketplaces. There's no reason to provide, like, the people who have all their listings on every marketplace don't need a platform for their product, you know? Like, yeah, okay, I get it. It brings in more money for if you have more transaction. If your platform sells more stuff, you get more money, right? But I mean, you're just rinsing away the good relationship you had with the crafters who basically built your website, you know. Oh, but they're beholden to stockholders. Well, and it takes your competition, or it increases your competition too, right? Like, when you go and you start taking listings that are already on eBay or Mercari or Amazon or whatever, right? You're now competing with all those other major marketplaces. Whereas if you just keep it handmade and everybody loves you because you're good to them and your fees are reasonable and you're not beholden to stockholders, I don't know. It seems like such a simple recipe, you know? All right. I'll think about it. Make a safe haven for people who make handmade stuff. Not even Facebook Marketplace is like Facebook Marketplace is the new Craigslist ads, is what eBay used to be, right? But you can advertise, like I can advertise in Facebook Marketplace stuff from my store. My boy! Oh, alright. I don't remember how I had these armrests configured before. And I'm going to have to figure that out because all this falling down stuff's it's not good. I need my armrests up here. Alrighty. Oh, I gotta show you guys my vest conundrum. And I have a plan for how I'm gonna take care of it, right? And if I can't think of anything better to do with it, I'm gonna run ahead with my plan. I just think that, you know, maybe if I put a little more thought into it, I can figure out something. I'll show you in a second. Alright. Alrighty. This is coming together. Takes forever, but that's what makes it all worth it, right? Okay. We're gonna add all the black in here. It's gonna make that look amazing. I'm excited. Oh, wow, why'd I do that? That was obnoxious. There. I meant to flip the lid closed and I almost threw all the rings out at me. Alright. Fold this up. I'll put these rings away. That is clearly not a ring. Oh. There we go. Alrighty. There's going to be a point where this inlay just gets too big for this workspace, which is exciting because, you know, that means we'll be getting... It already is too big for this workspace, to be honest. That's okay. We'll keep working on it. Alright. So I'm sure most of you have seen my vests before. Oh. I think I was just showing it on here the other night. Okay. So I started opening up the pockets on the vest, right? That's this gap here. Here's the pocket, okay? This front side got laced on to the front of the pocket. That's, you know, real easy. The problem is this back side here. I either have to go all the way through and punch through the lining, which is not something I want to do, but I think that if I punch through the lining and then put super glue around the hole to keep the lining from fraying, I think is how they do it in sewing. I don't know. I don't know enough about sewing, right? Or instead of using leather lacing, I can use some wax string and sew it to the vest. Sew this to the vest and just sew it, you know, flat as I can. I don't know. Right? Like, I don't have enough. I could pull this up and then just punch, you know, holes in there, and then it would be kind of raised up like that if I used the big leather lacing that I used for everything else. I might actually, that actually came up pretty easy. I might just do that. Okay. Maybe I just answered my own question. I don't know. I mean, I want it to lay as flat as possible, but what are you gonna do? Anyway, once I have both sides done, then everything will be done on this vest, right? Like, that's it. It only took me for forever, but all the edges will be laced up. I got, you know, the fancy spacers in here. I got the vest extenders that I redid the other day. Right? I'll be happy to have this completely done. Oh, I'll think on it some more tonight and figure out what I want to do. Anyway, all right. I'm glad I showed you guys. Yeah, this I don't remember how I had these arm rests configured, but anyway, I'll get it figured out. Alrighty. So, for everyone who's still here, thank you very much for hanging out. I do appreciate you being here, right? Appreciate all your comments and critiques and contributions. Check this out. It's, you know, one last time before I go, because it's super cool, right? Yeah. I've got to see if I can find a keyring that'll fit in this little hole here, and then I'll attach, I'll do something like this. Right, this lid has a lip on it. I'll put probably like some E4 or something around it. I don't know how well you can see that. Right. Just put some chainmail around the lip to, you know, pop this off and on. It'll really be done. Alright. Thank you for hanging out. I do appreciate you being here. Alright, be sure to check out MailleWerX.com for all your chainmail themed apparel and accessory needs. And I will see you guys for more on this labor of love of an inlay tomorrow night. Alright, right around 9 o'clock. You guys have a wonderful evening. I'll talk to you later.